with
demons,
spiritual aspects.
Yeah. Yep.
So
casting out demons, unclean spirits. I mean, Old Testament, New Testament. Oh, and what else? I also think too that there was what is that verse? Oh gosh, I'm so bad at this. Where he talks about Peter and the ghost. He's like, "Oh, is it a ghost?" And it was Jesus walking on water. And a lot of people are like, "See, they believed in ghosts." It's like, well, they're not really getting it. But spirits, unclean spirits, demons, and all that. So, okay. What's the next one? What do we got? This is by Jack Out of the Box. If a Satanist said he'd come to church with you, if you would come to one of his rituals, would you go to get him to come to church?
No. There's no sense in me going down to his level. If he wanted to come to church, great. And I'll do it. If he wanted me to teach him a Bible study, perfect, I'll do it. But I'm not going to go putting myself in a situation. God ultimately is in control of this person comes that direction or not. And I'm not going to go out of my way to put myself in any type of stupid situation. Right. Not that I'm better than them or anything like that, but it's like, you know what, really? It's like, hey, if you jump, I'll jump. No, I'm not going to do that.
And my take on it, too, is that there's so much dark stuff and negative stuff with Satanism and all that. I don't want to put myself in that situation. But if they were to, it's like a challenge. If someone wants to come to church, I want them to come to church not out of a challenge. I want them to come because they really want to know, not because I want you to come to my thing.
And that brings up something, and it's something I had to learn through times when I was a newer Christian, and I learned this truth. I've always been a Christian, I guess, but when I learned the full truth.
Right.
I was so excited to teach people this word and whatever. There was a few people come along, and I actually say, look, if you come to church, people that work for me and stuff like that, I said, I'll give you $50 to show up at church Sunday. Do you know it never worked? Not one time. It never worked. And it's weird because it was weeks or months later, pastor preached on something like that, and he's like, you can't buy God.
Yeah.
You can't pay. And he goes, it'll never work. Because he did the same mistake when he was a real young Christian and before he did all that. He says, I tried once, and it was weird. I'm like, I just did that too. He goes, and it won't work.
No, someone's got to want to come
because
they want to come.
God, when you're in the truth, God is completely in control, and it's like, you know what, it's not going to work. So the same thing with this scenario here. Like, you come to my thing, I'll go to yours. No, you won't.
No.
And if you did, you're going to be there. If I was to go to something like that, I wouldn't go to participate. I would go like, okay, I will listen, I will watch, I'll see the fault in it or whatever. I'm not going to pass opinions or be a part of it. I'm just going to be there. But the truth is that if he was to come to my church, he would be looking for a way to destroy something.
Well, because that's what Satan does.
That's what they do. He'd be looking for, well, that's a lie, and that's this, and you believe this, and that's what he would do. So it'd be like, what would be the point?
Well, we had someone that we knew, they were Wiccan, and they were very against Christianity for personal reasons and for their religion reasons. But just to be nice or whatever, they just decided to come to church with us. And they ended up getting so incredibly sick within the first 15 minutes they had to leave. You remember that?
I remember that.
It's oil and water.
A great person. Really was. And she really just did it for us and whatever. And that was great. And it was real respectable. But yeah, she had to leave. She got violently ill and had to leave.
Yep.
You think that's a coincidence?
No. When does that happen?
No.
Do you think there's more paranormal activity now than in the past? Yes or no, and why? That's by Merle the Girl.
Merle the Girl.
Oh! Merle the Girl.
I know, it's how you look at it. Merle the Girl. I think there is. I think as we draw nearer to the end times and different things like that, and all of the chaos that's going on in the world, I think there is a certain amount of demonic activity that's growing.
Look, if you take, let's just pick I Love the 1950s. Take the 1950s. It was looked down upon to do things like tarot cards or seances. It was looked down upon. So no one did it. And if they did, it was very few and in secret. Now it's so accepted and so open, and there's divination left and right. There's divination stores. So
you're going to waken this up.
Yeah,
yep, you're gonna
definitely.
Open it up.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you ever had a spirit follow you home from an investigation? That's by vet lover. I don't know. I feel so bad. I don't know some of these. Vettel lover. So, what do you think? Has a spirit followed us home?
You, not me.
Well, you were with me. How do you know it wasn't you?
Because you're the one that was all like,
No, that's not true. Well, I have.
Stop eating the furniture, Heidi. I want the furniture. I'm like,
I have a belief that when you have, let's say, someone who's passed on and they have not gone where they're supposed to go or whatever, I don't understand all that, so I don't know how to put it. But if you have a earthly person who dies and you have their spirit lingering, I believe that they are stuck where they're at and that they cannot follow you. However, if there's a demonic being, they are here roaming the earth and they can come wherever they want. So if something follows you, it either was always with you or it's demonic. That's just my view. I mean, we don't have all the answers, and that's just my personal belief. But that one time, didn't we have spirits? What was it, a Ouija board? Or what did you guys burn? And it
was
exploded or something. I don't remember what that was.
It was like a crib or something.
Yeah, bassinet.
A bassinet, yeah.
And it was an antique bassinet that we went on an investigation. These people, their kids were experiencing stuff. So they gave us, take this bassinet, get rid of it. We burned it in a fire pit. And it was you and Mike, right? And it went,
yeah, James too, yeah.
James, crazy.
Yeah.
So that's just my view. I don't. Okay, my 5-year-old sister talks to something she says is an imaginary friend that she says is named Makik. What do I tell her? That's by Flash OP Diva. Oh, Florida Shop Diva. I bet you that's what it is. Florida Shop Diva. My son used to have imaginary friends too, and then as time progressed, very short time, within a year, he ended up having. What are you doing that for? You're doing the weird glasses thing. It's freaking me out.
I don't know. Not doing anything. Pay attention to what you're doing.
He started seeing spirits and a little boy and stuff, and I believe that his imaginary friends were probably spiritual because of my history in it. I don't think every kid. There's a lot of kids that have imaginary friends.
She wants to know what to do with. To tell her. I don't think we want to encourage it.
No, you don't talk back. You don't. Definitely never use their name. And don't scare them.
And this name.
Makik? Sort of weird.
And I wonder if we're saying it right. Because she did put spelling question mark because she's not sure how to write down. But I'm just wondering, that's kind of a strange name. Like, could be something kind of real.
Yeah, it's not like... Yeah, it's
like
not like
Bob or something, or Carol.
Amy.
You know, it's something kind of like...
It's a little odd.
It's a little odd, which makes me a little...
And also, you wonder, like,
concerned with it.
Is she scared of it? Are there haunting-like activity? There's so much that
and how
variables
much is she
in this.
talking to it?
Yeah, you just need to tell her that if you don't see it, don't speak to it, don't use its name. If you do see it, walk away, turn on the TV, go talk to somebody else.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to scare her out of it, but I wouldn't encourage it in any way. I'd just like, you really shouldn't do that. You don't know who you're talking to. There could be something, maybe lightly, because she is 5. So, but we wouldn't want to.
That's hard.
Invite this in and have this little girl contacting us in 10 years going, Are you Heidi, the Crypt Keeper?
Crypt Keeper. If spirits drain batteries on investigations, why don't they drain batteries and electricity all the time in homes that they reside? Flow on the go, 1, 2, 3.
We talked about this.
Yeah. Well, I think you believe that there's different levels of energy, just like there's different people.
Everything that's living has a certain amount of electrical current.
Yeah.
Everything. You, me, tree outside.
Yep.
We have a measurable electrical current. And I believe it's one common avenue for the spiritual realm to, like a connection.
Sure.
Literally, electrical connection.
And they drain it when they need it.
I don't think they necessarily drain it on purpose. It's their presence just creates that.
And I think too, like, when you call somebody, like, let's say you're in a dark alley and you call your friend at the other end of the alley and they've got a flashlight. You can see the flashlight, but the closer they get, the brighter the flashlight gets. And I think that's, like, spiritually, too. So you've got people who's, maybe they do have spirits around them or their house and they don't notice it. But when you start calling on it and stuff, it's going to come closer. And then people have, EVPs and all that stuff, and then they can sense it. So I think the more you bring it closer to you,
it's weird because a lot of times these batteries and stuff, they'll drain during the investigation. Then when you get outside,
they'll
work again. It's like, what?
Yeah.
We get the power
so
back?
Weird.
And it's so common, too.
Which Ghostbuster would you vote for president? Egon, Venkman, or Ray Stantz? And why? I can't drive. I'm 55.
You always go with Aykroyd. All the time I'm telling you got to go with Aykroyd because he's the one that knows about everything. He's smart, quick, efficient. That's what you do.
I would pick Venkman just because he's so funny. I have no real friends outside my head. What do I do? Get inside your head.
Been there, done that.
All our friends live in the computer, so I don't know.
Yes.
I don't even know how to answer that. That's got to be a joke. I don't know. Find some real friends. Find other friends who have friends in their head.
But they don't have any.
They got to go find them.
They don't have the ones in their head.
Find them. They're everywhere. Go hang out at Dairy Queen and buy people free ice cream. What's cooler, the Mystery Machine or the Ecto-1 Ectomobile?
Ecto-1. Are you kidding? Ecto-1 all the way.
That's Fugly Girl in Arizona.
I mean, the Mystery Machine was just a cartoon figured Chevy van, and we never even got to see the inside of it. But the Ecto-1, are you kidding me? Real deal. Bam!
Okay. I don't know. I would go with the Mystery Machine, but...
What?
Yeah, it's sort of cool.
What's cool about it? In fact, it's only one
colors.
dimension. You've never even seen a three-dimensional view of it.
I did. I saw
We're
it.
not even sure
on the
that it
internet.
has 4 tires because you're only seeing the side view. It might only have 2.
I think it's real, and I've seen it on the internet. People drive it.
What kind of van goes for decades and decades without rusting?
Oh, that one. They put special gloss on it.
Like a rust. I don't believe it.
What do your friends think of what you do? By Socko Obsession or Sock Obsession.
Most of our friends have been eliminated.
They, I don't know. We have all kinds of different friends. Some friends find it interesting. Some
of the
don't
friends
talk about
are
it
friends
they're
because
scared.
we've helped them.
Yeah.
A good portion of our friends are people we've helped get them out of their problem, get them...
I'm like the queen bee. I call them. Come.
Yes.
No, we have different friends, but some people are scared of it. They don't want to talk about it, and that's fine.
And we don't advertise it. We don't... You know, if you were to go to our house and sit down, if you didn't mention anything about this and get us on this conversation, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Well, we might, though, because everything seems to revolve around it. So
No, we don't.
Sure, if someone
we don't.
if someone starts talking about something, we're going to
What
tie
are you talking about?
We would tie in supernatural. At least I do, because everything's supernatural to me. Are you too crazy in real life?
Is this not the real life?
I'm to the max. Yeah, we are. What you hear is what you get. That's pretty much who we are.
Pretty much it.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
Scott, what's your favorite color? That's by Georgia.
Very important.
Yes.
And not an easy answer.
No.
I'm not your typical guy because, and I actually did think about this because I'm like, if you tried to pinpoint me an exact color, I couldn't give you an exact answer because I like the color depending on what it is. So if I'm outside, I could say I love that color green. That's my favorite. Yeah, favorite green for being outside.
You're way too deep.
But I could tell you that I think orange is one of my favorite colors.
Yep.
But I wouldn't want everything I have orange because I don't think it looks good on some stuff. But then I have the whole aqua greenish blue thing going on. I like that. I like the green Mopar green. I think that's really cool.
I like that neon. Is that neon green?
It's like a Mopar green. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I like that too. But they didn't ask me, so.
It's right. There's a reason.
What kind of work do you do when you're not doing this? I'm a being real.
I'm a baby.
What kind of work do you do, Scott? Sure.
Hey, man. Well, what I like to do often is work.
Scott's a contractor, and I am a stay-at-home mom, I guess. No, because my kids aren't at home. On the summer they are. I write.
Yeah, what do
and
you
I
do?
Research.
This is a good question.
I help people. I'm always counseling people online.
You do?
And I write. Yes, I get busy with that. And I'm a mommy.
Yeah. No, she takes care of all the little stuff, Yeah,
that's about it. I've heard people talk about the powers of Halloween. What does that mean? Robin, Illinois.
Well, Halloween doesn't have any powers, but
the stuff people practice and do, I think that just brings up a lot of dark energy. And
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's what he's talking about.
And,
I've never
when
heard
we
it
get
myself.
into October, we'll be addressing a lot of stuff about Halloween
October,
and what's
we're
going
doing a
on.
4-part series on our podcast.
That'll work out nice because I think there's 4 weeks in October.
There might even be 5, though.
What?
Sometimes there are 5.
Then what are we going to do with the 5th week?
Well, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
If you were offered $100,000 to spend an entire night in a